Welcome back. Now, the Governor Peter Mbah Pro AM Golf Tournament, of course, it comes at a period when Enugu State is investing heavily in sports as a tool for tourism, economic development, and international visibility. And this morning, we will be discussing about this golf tournament in Enugu. And we have in the studio Barrister Ifeanyi Nweke. He is the chairman, Enugu Golf Club. Enugu Sports Club. My apologies. Yeah, thank you for joining us. Yeah.
It's my pleasure.
All right, thank you. Now, talking of the vision, let's talk about the vision behind the tournament. Exactly. Why was this tournament conceived at this point in time? And, you know, what is the motive behind it?
Well, thank you so much. The swing, that is an invitational pro-am golf tournament for His Excellency Dr. Peter Mbah, the State Governor of Enugu State, called Swing. It's in commemoration of his third anniversary in office. It is our own way from Enugu Sports Club community to show our appreciation and for one of us who has shown leadership, who has shown excellence, who has also shown vision to take it to a higher level. You see, when people call and congratulate, write and congratulate you, we said there is something we need to do extraordinary. That's where we conceive the idea to host an invitational pro-am golf tournament. Golf as a discipline game is a game played by groups, international stakeholders, corporate leaders, government officials, and all of that. It's a game that shows discipline, leadership, patience, and understanding. And when you look at the administration of His Excellency, Dr. Peter Mbah, you see, it's tailored towards excellence in leadership, quality in vision and delivery. You look around us, you see the extent of infrastructural development, security awareness, in education, in health, in infrastructure, general infrastructure development. We begin to see a man of vision, a man who is resilient in creating wealth. Enugu has become an economic hub. In fact, we're building because of sports tourism. You see, Enugu State is now open for international conferences and other activities that generate income or increase the revenue of the state in way of tourism. So we looked around all these things. We said it is up at this moment to invite golfers from all over Nigeria to come to Enugu and appreciate the extent of development, extent of work, extent of leadership and style that is happening around the Enugu State within this period of His Excellency Dr. Peter Mbah. So the golfers came around from all parts of Nigeria to participate. And you see our hospitality industry also benefits because our hotels, eateries and all of that, they're all fully engaged. So that is why we are here. It has some economic viability, social viability and also visibility around the state. So that's why we're doing this.
All right, so Can you give us an overview of the scale of this tournament and what makes this tournament different from the others that have been hosted in the sports club?
Well, when you look at the theme, it is pro-am, professionals. That pro is for professionals. The am there is for the amateur. The game started on Monday with our press conference. On the Tuesday, the professionals, about 35 of them from all walks of places, came to Enugu. And if you were there to see the dexterity when the professionals, when they play, you see there's a difference between the professional and an amateur. So we crave that opportunity for some of us, most golfers who are not yet privileged to see the real professional golfers play. So there is a lot of exhibition in skill and dexterity as the pros, we call them, play and display their skill in golf. So that's it.
But why golf though? I mean, because I think it seems like golf is the most prominent in the sports club. And then aren't there other sporting activities, that are also, that could also have been part of this?
Yeah, we have other sections in the sports club, and they're all prominent. But because His Excellency is a golfer, so we decided to use that opportunity to say thank you, one of us, and show appreciation, and also to encourage him to do more in the next coming years. So that's why we said, as a golfer, he will come there to tee off and play with others, network with other golfers across the country, and share. And people also appreciate and congratulate him for good work he has been doing in Enugu State. And we hope he will increase the momentum as the years go by.
So you mentioned that golfers are coming from all parts of the country for this particular tournament. Now, outside golf, what other attractions are those golfers, encouraged to experience while they are in Enugu, as a means of sports tourism as well?
Yeah, we have some tourist attraction sites. For some of them that came earlier, had the opportunity to move around to see what Enugu looks like. Some of them coming to Enugu for the first time. So we're so privileged to Enugu State. It's a gateway, old Eastern region. So most of them were very willing to come. And they see the hospitality in our place, our food, our environment, and our people. And in fact, a lot of them, some of them said they're going to come back. They're going to come back because a lot of hospitality, security, the environment is well secured. The people are very friendly, and a lot of tourist attraction around Enugu State, even beyond the capital city. So some had the opportunity to go to something like in a waterfall in Eziago, and the sun feel at Akuke, amongst other places that went. And people moved around to see the infrastructural development in Enugu State and see the extent of work His Excellency has done, to appreciate him. So people were so happy to participate and also be in Enugu.
So can you tell us about the opportunities for the golfers, both the professionals and especially for the amateurs?
Well, in every competition, there's always a window of interaction, networking, and also business relationship. It's a game played by stakeholders, great corporate individuals across board. So people share ideas, share vision, and also network in various ways. So it's a very high-profile game that attracts high-profile people. So it's a very corporate game, and it gives a lot of relationship amongst corporate officers and golfers who also in corporate organizations.
Okay, so let's talk about, youth development and how is the young demographic when it comes to, the golfers? How many young people are currently coming into golf or showing an interest in wanting to be a part of golf and also the tournament?
Yes, I think there's intention to develop or establish what is golf academy to accommodate the younger ones, catch them young. But I do know in the interim, various captains of that sections, one time or the other, do organize a kind of clinic. That clinic attracts younger ones, even the older ones too. It's a training process to give them some orientation and training how to play golf. And most importantly, the gains behind golfing, which is one is discipline, two is character building, also patience, and then leadership. So there are a lot of qualities that is attributable to golf and the players too. So when you see how disciplined golfers are, then you will understand the kind of game it is. So there is an academy that is intended to come up for the younger ones so that we can get them earlier, so that in the very near future we will have professionals and other things from there.
And among you were mentioning some of the characteristics of golf being a very serious sport, requires a lot of dedication, but another characteristic of it is being seen as an exclusive elite sport. What why do many Nigerians or many people see golf as, most people attribute it to a sport for only the wealthy elite people? What's your own idea of that, particularly for young people who feel that they might not fit in to that idea of the kind of game golf is?
Yeah, it is an elitist game, yes, no doubt. But then every sport has its own components. Maybe people see it as an elitist and rich players game because of the things involved. Unlike there are some sports when you just get up, you can walk into any of the sports and start playing or training. But this one, there are certain things you need to get, certain height you need to attain for you to first of all begin to play the game of golf. And the process of training or learning the game of golf, the equipment, that is what you're required to have. It could be why people say it's an elitist something because of maybe the cost of acquiring such kits and all of that. So I think it's a game for everybody, depending on how you want to do it. That's it.
Okay, so what are the plans already, for in Enugu Sports Club for this tournament? How is it going to be like? What's the the program? What's going to take place and how is it going to go?
Okay, yeah. It's a week-long activity in Enugu, and it's been a busy week from Monday. Prior to that, the pre-arrangement period and all of that. Monday there was a press conference where the tournament was showcased to the media and other guests. Then we have the arrival of the pros, that's the professionals. The professionals came earlier, normally, and they played for 2 days. We had professionals play for 2 days, after which we have the caddies, we have the caddies are playing, like today, the caddies are playing today. Super veterans also playing. Then after which, tomorrow is Saturday, the climax of the game, where the amateurs, you see the difference between the pros and amateurs. So tomorrow you see the amateurs play for the prizes, and so after tomorrow's game, then there will be a gala night or kind of award night, prizes for winners and their participants. You know, in every sport, yes, you must have a winner, but everybody's a winner. The most important thing is participating, and the spirit of participation, spirit of sportsmanship is key. So, but some people will be distinguished from the others, as to say, maybe you played this way or that way. But everybody that participates or participated in the game is a winner.
So far, what are the challenges that you would say are involved in this, and how would you say that they could be done better for another tournament?
Yeah, and the first and the major thing there is the competition was underrated in terms of preparation. And you see, golf is an expensive game to play and also to organize a tournament. It is very, very high profile game. And when you look at the profile nature of the golf, then its tournaments, the preparation for the tournament is also very expensive. A lot of expectations come there. But in this is a maiden edition. This is the first time where we're getting this on board. You need to work on the fairway. You need to get everything right in terms of the fairway and all of that, all the components that makes it work. So this we underrated this maiden edition, and we hope if there is an opportunity again to do the second one. We have seen where we lacked in terms of preparation and in terms of funding and all of that. I think going forward, we need to prepare more adequately than we have done in this. But nevertheless, we thank His grace and thank God and thank His Excellency for the support, and other supporters and sponsors who also contributed one way or the other to make this a very big success. We have really tried in terms of availability of resources and also the management of the preparation. But I think as we go forward, we continue to improve. By the next one, I think it will be much, much better than this. And that is life. When you're at a level, your prayer is to go from that one level to the other, higher spirits. So it's a good experience and it's a good exposure. The visibility is also there, and we have really exposed Enugu State to people, visitors, the participants, and all of that came into Enugu within this period. We have exposed them and also let them see the extent of development, the extent of leadership, and the excellence in our people, the hospitality, and the tourism potentials of Enugu State. Enugu State is now an economic hub, as His Excellency has developed it with a lot of interest. So we thank His Excellency for giving us that opportunity to stage this maiden edition, and also I wish to use this opportunity also to thank all golfers, both the members of Enugu Sports Club, the golf section of Enugu Sports Club, the caretaker committee, the LOC, and other members of the golf section, and the Enugu Sports Club in general, for the understanding, support, and the encouragement for this tournament to a reasonable success.
Okay. You mentioned something that caught my attention, and I would just like you to expand more on that. You said that one of the challenges is the fact that the tournament was underrated.
Oh, yes.
Why was it underrated in the first instance? Why do you think that that happened at the initial stage?
You know, in the first instance, you know, when you are trying to organize a maiden edition of anything, to you, your expectations may be high or low. And in terms of that, you may not know until you begin to roll out the programs for that event. And the anticipation, sometimes people may be slow, maybe showing whether no interest or having interest. But you put it at a particular bar, where you say maybe you expect 100 people to participate in this maiden edition, but along the line, you see yourself having about 170. You see, when we're in the planning stage, I think the LOC people and the caretaker, they were looking at maybe lower than what we have now. And as the registration was ongoing, we have almost about 170 participants registered for the tournament, which was huge. That is taking cognizance of the pros. So it was the attention, the attendance, and the registration so high, even more than my expectations. So based on that, it's like, but nevertheless, though every segment of it is well accommodated, but it would have been more if we had. But like I said, in everything you do, in every preparation, in every organization, things you do, how you do them depends on the resources within your reach. And sometimes when you try to manage what you have, then it may affect the performance or the preparation you tend to do. But to show prudence, you make do with what you have, but achieve a reasonable success. So that's...
Now, speaking of expectations, I mean, just like you mentioned, this is the maiden edition, but looking forward to the other editions of this tournament, what are your expectations, both from the government and from the golfers and Enugu Sports Club holistically?
Yeah, going forward, if it is institutionalized as an annual event, then what it means that government has to take full responsibility for it to be much more. Enugu Sports Club, it's not a business concern, it's a social organization. It doesn't have the resources on its own to take care of that kind of tournament. But we try as an entity within the membership circle and the goodwill of some of our members who saw it as a way moving forward, and also opening the image, a kind of visibility for the club, and also for the section too. Enugu Golf Course is one of the best, if not in Africa or in Nigeria. It's one of the best golf courses you can see, but it requires a lot of attention. To maintain the golf course alone it requires some sort of investment. If you look at it, you see it is always green, even on dry season green, rainy season green. So its maintenance it's cost effective. That's why I said for you to organize such a tournament, you look all those components. What makes the fairway green? What makes the course green? And how do you maintain them? So there are equipment that is not but expensive equipment that you use to maintain the golf course. So give and take. It's an expensive sport that requires a very expensive attention. So that is it.
Yeah, but also what about, other, like we mentioned for the tournaments, like now you said some golfers are coming from all parts of Nigeria. What about is there an expectation or hope that it could even go beyond Nigeria to even outside Africa? And
of course, it's like meditation is like testing the water. So we just tested the water and see how people's reaction, participation, and all of that. And I have seen that moving forward with more organized platform, that people are interested, and people will also be interested to participate globally. So maybe the next plan, we have to make it an open something that other nationals can come and participate. So I think there is hope. There's hope, and people have shown enthusiasm to participate. So it's a good initiative, and you see how we tagged it in commemoration of His Excellency's third anniversary. That is to show we're celebrating excellence. We're celebrating leadership. We're celebrating patience. We're celebrating character, among others. So these are a part of the qualities of a golfer. And when you see it, you see the humility and commitment in them. So it's we thank the people for their participation, and our guests who came and participated. In fact, they're all going home happy and excited and willing to come back to Enugu again.
Well, that's a good one. Thank you so much for joining us, Barrister Ifeanyi Nweke, Chairman Enugu Sports Club. It's a pleasure to have you come here, talk to us about this tournament, and we hope that moving on, it will be better than, it will always continue to be better as time goes on.
Yes.
Thank you so much once again. This morning, we spoke on Governor Peter Mbah's golf tournament Enugu, looking at the tournament and what is expected of it. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll go on a break and we will return shortly to continue the show. Do stay with us.
Health is more than a diagnosis. It's your lifestyle, your choices, and your future. Join us on Inside Health, your weekly deep dive into the stories, science, and solutions shaping your well-being. From expert interviews to real-life journeys of healing and hope, we cover it all.
One of the complications